welcome to our channel. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Hub. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for always coming back to watch our videos. If this is your first time, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. So guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how I made all this pillow. I'm going to be taking you step by step on how to achieve this. Okay, now the first thing you have to know is that know the dimension of pillows you're working with, the sizes you want to make. Okay, so for me, I made you, if you check your screen very well, you will see two different sizes of pillow, the bigger one and the smaller one. Okay, so for the smaller one, I wanted my original pillow to be 12 inches by 12 inches. Okay, for the bigger one, I wanted it to be 18 inches by 20 inches. Okay, 18 inches wide and the height should be 20 inches. Okay, so you have to note that whatever dimension you choose to work with, your pillow should be 2 inches bigger than the pillowcase. Okay, so that when by the time you're done and you put the pillow inside the pillowcase, it fits properly. Okay, so now while I was cutting my pillow, because I wanted it to be 12 inches by 12 inches for the small one, I added 2 inches extra. So I cut out 15 inches by 15 inches, including all my allowances. Okay, initially it should be 14 by 14 if I add 2 inches to all the parts. So but you need half an inch to join all the parts together. Okay, so I cut out 15 by 15 for the pillow itself. Now for the pillowcase, I added half an inch all around, so I cut out 13 by 13. Okay, now for the big one, what I did is that I added 2 inches all the way around. So instead of cutting 18 by 20, which is the original pillow size, I had to make it 23 by 21. Okay, I had to add 2 inches to all the parts and then half an inch for all the sewing. I don't know if you understand. So whatever dimension you choose to work with, remember that the pillow itself should be bigger than the pillowcase. Okay, cutting the pillowcase, I used 19 inches by 21 inches. Okay, I just added half an inch all the way around because you need your seam allowance to actually sew it together, to put everything together. Okay, so after knowing the dimension you want to use, the next step is to move to the cutting of the pillowcase and the pillow itself that is going to be inside. So you have to determine whether you are using a fiber or foam for your pillow. Okay, so for me, I use fiber and foam. I had to use both together. Okay, so what I did was to go ahead and cut my pieces off camera because I didn't want this video to be too long. Okay, I just cut them off camera. Okay, now after cutting them, the next thing is to move to the sewing. Here are the pieces of the pillow itself that I want to use. So I used a thick lining, a lining that is very thick. Okay, not the normal lining. Okay, you can decide to use a suit lining. Okay, now after that, you're just going to fold it into two and then stitch all the parts together by the allowance you left. For me, I left half an inch all the way around, so I'm just going to stitch the allowance and stitch both sides and leave the up. I'm going to leave a opening at the up, okay, where my hand can pass through. Please make sure it is up to like 5 or even 6 inches because I think I use 4 to 5 inches. Make sure that it is something that your hand will be able to go through while you are trying to fill in your pillow. Okay, so at this point I'm just sewing both sides and then the upper part. Okay, I'm just going to sew the upper part. So I'm just checking my measurements of what I have there. Okay, like I said earlier, so I'm just going to use the allowance I left. Okay, and then just stitch it like that. But I'm going to leave an opening on top where I'm going to pass through to fill in my fibers, like to put my fibers and my foams inside. Okay, so one thing I want you to notice that pillows that are made with fibers doesn't really last like the ones that you use foam for. Okay, so that's why I decided to just mix both of them together. Use both of them. I use fiber and foam. Okay, can you see the opening I was talking about? Okay, I think I used like 4 inches there, but yeah, I left 4 inches open. So I'm just going to cut off my thread and then trim those edges that you can see, so that by the time I turn it inside out, everything just come out neatly and smoothly. Okay, so I'm just turning it inside out at this point. So I'm just turning it inside out. So I'm just going to repeat the same process to all of the pillow, the lining that I'm using for the pillow case. Okay, the pillow itself, sorry. So now I'm doing another one so that you guys can just see, trying to explain in detail so that you understand what I'm just doing. Basically sewing both sides together, and then I'm going to sew the up to and leave a opening where my hand can pass through to put in my pillows and my to put in my fibers and my foams inside my pillow. Okay, so now I'm just doing that to the other part. Basically I'm just trying to explain so that it will be very easy for you to understand whatever I am doing there. I'm not performing any magic. It is something that is simple that you can also do and achieve. It is easy DIY that you can just do on your own. Okay, at this point I left the opening. Okay, and then just went ahead to trim out the 4 edges and then just turn it inside out like I did for the first one. I'm just repeating the same process to the second one. I've watched to this extent, please don't forget to like this video and give it a thumbs up. Okay, now at this point I was done. I'm just going to start putting my foam in my foam and my fibers. Okay, that's the fibers I'm working with. Okay, so I'm just going to stuff this stuff in. Okay, so I'll just fill it in with both fibers and foams. So I just went ahead to just continue like that, to just fill it in like that. Okay, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We have a lot of amazing tutorials, amazing DIYs for you this year. Okay, so at this point I'm just trying to fill it in. Please make sure that you have to use your hands to press it down and make sure that there's no space in between. Okay, so just use your hand to adjust, press the foam and the fibers down. That is if you decide to work with both. Okay, you can decide to work with fiber alone. There's no issue with it. Okay, so I'm just doing it and stuffing it. So once I was done doing that, while I was doing it, I had to check if it's okay, if I have enough there. So at this point I was still trying to press it down and then add more, because I really want my pillows to be very full. Okay, I didn't want it to be too scanty, like when you press it together it will just press. I don't know. I wanted my pillows to last, and I wanted my clients to be happy with the work. Okay, so I just went ahead to press that very well. So at this point I was done. Okay, so basically I just repeated the same thing to all of the pillows. Okay, so I didn't want this video to be too long. I would have showed you details of how I had to fill all of them, but basically it's the same thing. It will just be that one is just repeating the same thing. Okay, so I had to just fast forward it. Okay, now at this point I was done filling all of them. Can you see? So I was done filling them in. Okay, can you see? So once I was done stuffing them, the next step is that we are going to be closing those opening on top of the pillow. Okay, now you have two options. You can decide to do your close you can decide to stitch it with your needle and thread. Okay, but that's going to take much of your time, unlike when you're using your sewing machine. So for me, I prefer using my sewing machine, but it's not going to be easy for you. I have to be sincere with you. You have to take your time and then just fold your allowance in, and then first use your pins to secure it together. So at this point I was just trying to close it. Can you see? There was no light, so I had to use my manual machine to finish up whatever I was doing, because I needed to finish up this video. Okay, so I was just trying to press it together and then close the opening on top. But if you like, you can decide to use your needle and thread to just close it neatly. Okay, so I'm just securing it with my pins first. After that, I'm just going to close it. Okay, so guys, please subscribe to this channel. Don't skip the adverts. Please watch our videos and subscribe. Okay, thank you. So guys, at this point I was almost done pinning, and then just went ahead to close it up. Okay, like I'm explaining, like I'm illustrating in the video. Okay, so that's it basically. So once I was done closing all of them, I had to move to the sewing of the pillowcase itself. Okay, so that's the right side and the wrong side. I'm just going to use my chalk to indicate so that I don't mix it up. Okay, so that's zipper. Please use a matching color of a zipper for your work so that everything comes out properly and very neat. Okay, so I just use my chalk, I beg your pardon, to mark the wrong side of the fabric, and then I'm just going to grab my fabric and then fold in the allowance that I left for the zipper on top, and then I'm just going to place it on top of the zipper like this. I'll open it up a little. Okay, and then I'm just going to place it like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to start sewing. I'm just going to stitch on top. Make sure that it is very close. okay, because you wouldn't want your zipper to be showing. Remember, we are working with a velvet material that is a little bit stretchy. One part of it is stretchy, so you have to be extremely careful while you're sewing your zipper, so that it comes out very well, so that it doesn't fold when you are done fixing your zipper. Okay, so at this point I'm just sewing my zipper all the way. Okay, I'm just sewing and sewing and sewing my zipper. So once I was done with that part, I'm just opening it. I'll just open it a little bit more and then secure it in place, and then I'll have to cut off my thread and then repeat the same thing to the second side of the zipper. I'll just grab the other piece and then just make sure that they are well aligned, like you're starting from the same point, so that by the time you're done, you don't have issues while you're trying to join both pieces together. Okay, so just make sure that your zipper starts from the right place, so that it helps your work very easy. It makes your work easy. Okay, so I'm just trying to arrange while I stitch the other part like this. Okay, so I'm just stitching and stitching and stitching. I want you guys to see the details of this pillowcase. Okay, especially if you're a beginner, you should be able to recreate this, okay, after watching this video. So once I was done with the zipper, I just went ahead to secure my stitches, and that's it. Now the next thing is that we're going to be closing both sides. Can you see how close it is? You can hardly even see the zipper. Can you see? You can't even see the zipper except you open it up. Okay, so you're just going to fold it into two and then just close all the sides. Okay, you close one side and close the second part, but make sure you open the zipper a little bit before you close the other part, so that you'll be able to turn it inside out, because if you don't open the zipper, there's no way you can turn it inside out by the time you're done stitching. Okay, so right here I'm just trying to illustrate how you're going to close it. Okay, stitch all the sides together. So guys, if you are deriving value from this video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to like and share this video. So now after that, I'm just going to close all the parts and just turn it inside out so you guys can see. So basically I'm just trying to arrange the zipper. Make sure that the zipper is well arranged, so that by the time you're done, it doesn't fold or it doesn't look funny. Okay, so everything will be well aligned, okay, when you're done stitching both sides together. So basically that's what I'm doing here, just arranging while I stitch. So that's the last part, and then I'm checking my measurement if I have the accurate measurement, so that I will not use allowance that is too much. Okay, so that's why I'm just checking a measurement. So once I was done, I just went ahead to turn the pillow inside out, and then I turned the pillowcase inside out, and then I put my pillows inside. So this is the final look of what we got when we're done sewing all of them. So guys, if this video has been helpful to you, subscribe and don't forget to turn on your notification bell and share this video. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Hub. Please don't stop learning, keep learning. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Love you all.